Hey, Patrick here. I have a Prism game that I want to review. So I played my Death Deal Azalea list into this, and I think I recorded this game a couple days ago. I don't have any memory of massive misplays, so I think it's a good candidate for me to review and see if there's spots that I can refine. I don't think it's a favored matchup, but playing tight into those unfavored matchups is going to be the thing that makes or breaks it. It's going to be the thing that turns into a 0% matchup into like a 25% matchup. So, looking at the equipment, I'm bringing in Balance of Justice, and that's because of Herald of Erudition as well as Soraya. So, for Erudition, being able to cleanly block out 5 Dominate with a Balance of Justice plus a 3 block arrow is great. As well, having the second sort of like bonus effect of drawing a card whenever they swing in with Soraya or they connect with an Erudition is going to be really helpful. It is a kind of big toss up between this and Skullbone because Skullbone just helps you press a little bit quicker, and especially in these matchups where you need to be killing them or else they're just gonna slowly just win the game through like attrition and just get you. Other than that, the equipment is standard. I think all the equipment's really good in this matchup. It just gives you an opportunity to go a little bit wider and a little more aggressive. Going down to the deck, I need to bring in 10 cards. So I'm bringing in 2 Battering Bolts. That's all I have on the side. And this is nice because it's 1, a 6 popper, and 2, it has a relevant on hit. So just kind of an easy include. The cost curve of 2 is a little bit steep. So that's the one sort of downside of this arrow. I'm also bringing in 3 Battlefront Bastion. This is just coming in as a 7 popper. This is the only matchup where I bring it in. And my hope is that having 3 7 poppers is enough to gain me a few percentage points, and if I can spare the sideboard slots for it. So this is still in like the testing phase, I'd say, if I like this card or not. This is the big one though. Murkmire Grapnel. I think this card is the more that I play this matchup, the more that I'm impressed with this card. Just the ability to punch through, multiple angels, even one angel, or like spectral shields is just so huge because Prism really needs to rely on the fact that their angels are going to be worth life. And if you can just say that's not true, then you're so far ahead, right? Like I think this card is insane in this matchup. The more of these I can see, the more of these I can play, the more likely I am to win. And then finally, I'm bringing in 2 sleep darts. These are just kind of like the some of the final 2 cards. The on hit is relevant. So being able to turn off their ability to tutor as well as flip angels is just a big deal. In response to this being shot or like before it connects, they can always flip an angel on my turn, but that feels inefficient to me, and I don't think they want to do that. So the on hit is nice, and that's the board. So let's get into it. Here we are in game, and I win the die roll and choose to go first. This feels correct because they're gonna have some amount of non-blockers usually, as well. I don't want to let them just go uh, get like a herald, get 2 figments on their first turn kind of thing. So they're gonna do that no matter what, but I don't want to give them an extra turn of doing that. But big thing is that they probably can't block out fully. Here you can see me just loading in the Bastion and flipping it away because I know that the Bolton Shot's on top. Looks good to me. Honestly, I think I should have played out the lace here because there's a chance that they flip into a herald or they flip an angel and the Bloodrot will kill it. So I think I like that, just pressing damage when I can. But I'm setting up for next turn. That's fine. It loses its value because I don't have the cross wrap here or the skullbone here, so I don't get the opt off of that. But on their side, they play out the figment in a weird time where I think if they played out earlier, then actually no, I guess they're playing around. No, they should just play that out earlier. What am I saying? They should just play out the figment and taking 1 less damage. So that's kind of weird from them. My side though, I do want to block out here, and honestly, I think I should just block out with the balance is weird here. I don't know if I should have done that because I'm gonna have to pitch the endless to load in the Murkmire. Yeah, I don't know about that. I could have probably just got. Oh, I don't know. I guess that's fine. I mean, maybe I could have. Maybe I could have blocked with the Endless and the Knock and used Bullseye. That's not too bad. And then just hope that I get the Ponder. I think that's not too bad, actually. That would probably have been an okay use of that. Just saving the balance for an erudition. Maybe I like that better. It's not a bad usage of the Bullseye, especially because I'm coming into my Tunic turn next turn. So yeah, maybe I should have gone for that. That's kind of an interesting one. Like, this isn't a horrible play. Like blocking with the balance and the knock, I think is like it's super reasonable to do. But I'm kind of still trying to figure out if I want how much I value the two block on the balance. Like, if I need to save it for erudition, and maybe I do. So that could be, maybe I'll try that next time if I manage to find another situation like this where they come in with a 5-power Herald. But you see here, I'm just playing on my turn. Just kind of talking over it. Like, I managed to draw into another pump, so I'm just guaranteeing that the Murkmire is going to hit. They don't even block it. They're down to 13. Like, I'm in a very commanding position, right? 40 to 13. But they are starting to establish a little bit of a board here with the one Figment and a passing. So my poppers immediately just lose a bunch of value because of the passing. I'm never going to kill that. Here, kind of punished for blocking with my balance last turn, right? That's this kind of the results driven like like evaluation. I'm immediately punished for blocking with the 2-block on my helmet. But I just let that hit. There's no way that I block it out, so I don't even try to block it. And then they get the Figment of Erudition, so they get a Ponder. They're flipping their Triumph. Cool. So my stuff gets -1. Yep, I'm not blocking that either. And then I'm expecting another Herald here. Oh, okay, just an Arclight. Cool, fine with that. And the reason I'm fine with that is because, well, it's like I'm kind of fine with it, I should say. The fact that they have a Ponder kind of sucks here. Also, they didn't order their Ponder properly. They should have drawn the card first. But the fact that they have a Ponder here makes it so that the Arclight, usually when they play with their Arclight, they just spend their whole hand and they draw back into 4 cards, and then they just like time walk me, and then they usually don't get an arsenal. But the Ponder means they get an arsenal. On my side, though, the reason I'm fine with it is because Codex of Bloodrot is still like a nice play for me to do here, right? I still just get to create a Bloodrot and taking out their ALS with my Bolton Shot. It was a red Bolton Shot, so that kind of sucks. It's a premium card. All right, another erudition. And the game is starting to slip away from me, right? It was 40 to 13, and now we're 26 to 11, down to what, 21? Oh no, still 26. 26 to 11. Like, that's not looking great. They're starting to get a board. They have the Figment of Erudition, so it's starting to look a little bit sketchy here. And here I could definitely think about popping the balance. Yeah. And they have a Parable of, why do they Parable of Humility? I don't think that card's good in this matchup. I think that a lot of the yellow auras are just like kind of trash in this matchup. So I don't know what that's about. I don't go that wide. Like, best case I can go like 3 wide, but that's like a really big pop-off turn. But they play out the Parable of Humility. They didn't have any more heralds in hand after drawing up off of the Erudition, so lucky for me. Unless that last one's a herald. In that case, I think they should have just swung. I don't know. It's kind of weird from their side. I don't know what's going on over there. Like, they could have flipped the Erudition and swung with that, and then I don't know. So from my side, yeah, popping the balance seems good because I want to find an arrow that is not Spire Sniping. Spire sniping is like fine because it's gonna let me look at the top two, and then especially now that I have the read the glide path, I can look at the top three. Right, I can opt the one and then bottom and top it if it's an arrow or not, and then yeah. But I'm activating Death Dealer. I should probably just use my tunic for that. Good. And I think I'm fine to just shoot this and then try to pump up like a meaningful on hit because I don't care that much about the reload. And I'd be happy. You know what? Maybe I should have put like the lace with inertia on this just to kind of like bait them out into blocking it. But it already has the Seek and Destroy on it, so that's already like bait enough for the bolt and shot. Here, popping the halo. I don't know why, because they already have their triumph's already gone, so they're not going to get an like. Okay, I guess they're just getting the figure of protection so that they can get an extra life off it. So they're using their halo for 5 life essentially. Well, not even 5 life. They're spending it for like 1 life because they could have just flipped the figment of ravages they already had. Yeah, I don't think that's correct from them. But on my side, yeah, on my side, you can see I'm coming with the bolt and shot, and they would have been able to give it -3 if I didn't have the bolt and shot, or sorry, the rain razors there. But the fact that I have the rain razors lets me play around them giving it -3 total, so it saves me having to use my snaps there. Fine though, they're taking 4 here. Oh, they're gonna flip. Never mind, they're not taking 4. I guess they're just playing around me needing the reload, like they're forcing me to use my bullseye. Fine. Yep, opt first. Send that to the bottom. It is not an arrow. Loaded my Spire sniping. Look at the top two. Hope to find a 0-cost arrow. I do. So top inertia, then top drill shot on top of that. Good. Pump, and then shoot the drill shot for what is that? 9 + 2, so 11. With inertia and frailty. So here they're probably just gonna give me, let's see, go down to 1. Okay, sounds good. 1 undo. Okay, what can they do differently here? They're using the rapture. I don't think that's correct. I don't see the difference between 1 life and 2 life for them, and the effect on rapture is like really good, especially when they're in this like low life situation. All right, so on my side, so I can either go Codex, get back the Murkmire, and then pump, shoot for 8, or I can go Death Dealer, load in the endless arrow, hope to draw into another pump, and then look for lethal there, and that would come in for either 8 or 11. Yeah, I think I like going for the Murkmire here. And my reasoning is it doesn't let them play around with so it strips a blocker right up, and then it also forces them to, or it doesn't allow them to use their figments for life, right? They can't flip into an angel because I'm gonna have the ward penetration here. I don't like that I'm giving them back a herald though, like a premium herald, but they discard a 3 block, so I'm assuming they have 3 more 3 blocks in hand. Otherwise, it's just like a massive throw from their side. but coming for 8. And do they have a soul shield? Yeah. Okay, and they had that's I think the second Arclight. So I know one's on the bottom, but it might tutor and shuffle. Battering Bolt, fine. And draw a hand with no pumps, but I do have snaps. So yeah, I need to just blind flip right off the bat. Codex, fine. Here, if I let's see. I think if I load in the so Codex, load in the Bolton Shot, then snaps, and then load in the Murkmire, pitching the other Bolton Shot. I think I like that. Because then it gives me an opportunity to hold on to the Bastion. If, yeah, it gives me an opportunity to hold on to the Bastion. So I think I do that. So good so far. But this game's starting to drag on, and Parable of Humility, like the two of, are just starting to get so much value. The Passing Mirage is making my life a little bit awkward. Well, it's not making my life awkward yet, but it's threatening to. The Pierce Reality is getting a lot of value. They still have the Figment of Erudition on board. So, like, if I don't close this game quick, and I'm not at this point, like, it's just really dragging, then they are going to just, like, claw their way back into this game. So, that's unfortunate. I didn't draw a pump there. Don't draw a pump here. And I don't draw a pump here. So that's really, really bad that I just drew 2 hands without any pumps. And I think that's like, this is how I lose the game. That's what's happening right now. Is this how I lose the game? I'm up by 23 life, and this is not looking great for me. Like the Prism's probably not feeling like easy either. Like they're probably a little bit squirmy, but I think that I'm definitely in a less comfortable position based on like than I was before. Okay, so coming with the Herald of Triumph. Yeah, I mean, take it. Or no, I can block with. What's in my arsenal? Is he yellow Bolton Shot? Yeah. Honestly, I could just block with like 2 cards there, right? No, I'm then just passing back. Like I need to flip. I think I need to flip and try to hit a pump. Yeah, like I like this. Not taking this sort of like cowardly way and just like blocking and giving them a 5-card hand. Yeah. Okay. So flip into a Bastion. Fine. Um, yeah. Maybe I should keep the knock. Maybe I should look to dominate a Murkmire next turn. But Arsenal the Infecting Shot here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, because Arsenal the Infecting Shot means that I can still flip Azalea and I have Codex in case I draw like a super awkward hand. So here, coming for 7, dominated, I cannot block that. They get the hit. Fortunately, they do not have Soraya anymore. I think that died to a Bloodrot, if I'm remembering. And here, what's going on? Just taking a look, see what they have. So they're thinking, so that's a good sign. They're not just immediately killing me. So they probably don't have, like, if they had a blue, then they like a blue and a herald, they just go swing Angel of Protection, and then okay, and then Herald. But they didn't have a blue, so that's fortunate. Coming in for 8 with the Herald protection. Here, I think I should be giving this the... I think I should put the Murkmire in front of this. Because my arsenal is a red Infecting Shot. And I want to flip into a pump and then triple pump Codex back Murkmire. If I flip into an arrow, then I'm just double pumping and shooting a Dominate arrow. And the Murkmire doesn't really help me there. So I guess it doesn't super matter going to 1 or not. But maybe this insulated me against some like random draw off of the... Like if I drew into an arrow, then this insulates me. Or if I drew into a... No, even a knock. But anyways, the line that I'm taking here, right? I blind flip, hit another pump. Then I'm going to go Codex, discard the Murkmire, and then I'll go pump, shoot the Murkmire for 9 plus 2. So 11. And they'll only have 3 cards. Their ward won't matter. So unless they have a Sink Below, or yeah, I think it's just Sink Below, they cannot live off this. And if I went for the other line where I played the Lace and then went pump, Death Dealer, loaded the Murkmire, shoot the Murkmire, then there's a chance that if I don't draw a pump off of the Death Dealer, then I'm only coming in for 11 still, and they can just block with the 4 cards from hand. But they discarded a 3 block, so I'm assuming they have 3 more 3 blocks in hand right here. And there's no way they can block this, because I know that their arsenal is an attack action, so it's not a D-react. And yeah, close game. GG's. Here we are in the post game, and that game I think was a kind of eye-opening for how I'm going to sideboard in the future for Prism. The Battlefront Bastions are just super awkward. I think I'm just cutting them. I don't think they add enough to the matchup. And I think that I'd probably get enough usage out of something like Fatigue Shot. I think bringing in 3 Murkmire, 3 Fatigue Shot, and then like 2 Battering Bolt, and then either 2 Infecting or 2 Sleep Dart, I think is probably the way that I'm going to go forward with this. Even the Battering Bolt, I don't know if I like it. I think it's like fine, but I haven't seen it really shine in this matchup. As well, this game would have been a lot different if I'd held on to my Balance of Justice and let that first Herald of Protection, I think it was, the blue one, I think if I let that hit, the game would have been different. So I'm going to look for opportunities in the future to take the opposite choice of what I did in this game. So not blocking that first 5 power Herald and just holding on to the Erudition, or holding on to the balance for Herald of Erudition. I think that could probably make the game... That would have made this game a lot different, right? Because this game just kind of snowballed off of that one choice. And I want to avoid that happening in the future, right? Because I let them swing in with I let them hit with the Erudition, and then that let them draw the 2 cards, which let them go a little bit wider on that turn. I think it even powered the ALS either on that turn or the turn after. So that's kind of swung this game, right? That gave them like a foothold to boost themselves up when I'd already come in for, when I think at that point it was like 40 to 13 or something like that, right? It was an absolutely insane lead. And we saw how close that game was. Other than that, I don't think I made any misplays. Looking back, I think I took fairly good lines. There was a questionable one later on about the Battlefront Bastion, where I pitched it instead of held on to it, and it didn't matter. But I think I should have held on to it. It wasn't. Yeah, I should have held on to it, or I should have seen what I draw off of the death dealer and then swung it. But overall, I'm happy with how I played that game, and it's cool to see that I can win that matchup. I don't think my opponent played super tight. I think there is a few if there's spots that I can see the Prism sort of like leaving gaps and like losing points of value here and there, then that probably means there's a bunch of other spots and other decisions that they're not making correctly. They didn't play like horrible by any means. It's more just I think that there is also just little edges on their game that they need to improve on. But yeah, if I can see them, then there's probably a bunch more that I'm not seeing, based on them having them seeing all their cards in front of them, right? Like I don't think their Halo usage was great. Um, I think it was kind of weird when they didn't play out the Figment on turn 0, and yeah, probably a few others here and there. But that was a good game to review, so I'm glad I went back and took a look, and I think it did inform how I'm going to change my sideboard in the future. Yeah, there we have it.